You know what is not completely irrelevant, by the way, Ben? Other than the fact that I can talk about this after I introduce the players. Where Axiom's Heart has played really good so far in this series. I'm definitely kind of impressed. I know that Heart is really good. He showed us in the past that he's really good. But against Hero, I kind of felt that he was going to fall short. But he didn't, really. Heart looked great so far in both games. And he's, of course, a Blue Terran spawning in the left top side of Belcher. And he's going to go up against our WCS America Season 1 champion, also known as Captain America, and everything that comes along with it. He is Liquid's hero. Is that I want to give a big shout out to everyone who's currently in Twitch chat, is being active. I believe Ghost User is active in chat as well. I think Andre is active in chat. So the way it works, guys, is the days that we are not casting, we will be in chat. So if you ever have any questions for us or just want to hang out with us in chat, make sure to join us in our Twitch chat. It's a lot of fun. It's good times. We talk about all the good things in life and StarCraft.
And those conversations go on for a long time.
Yes.
Because there are lots of good things.
They go throughout the entire broadcast. And even after the broadcast, like sometimes the broadcast is over, but 3 hours later I'm still chatting. Often with myself in the void, but you know.
Hello, guys.
Mm-hmm. Once upon a time, someone pointed out that I seem to be talking an awful lot to myself, and I said yes, because because I'm the only one who understands me.
Well, I think there's a lot of truth in that statement, Kev.
Of course there is.
Because you often leave me scratching my head.
That's what I do, man. I like to keep it fresh.
So it's going to be the same old opening that we've seen from Heart every single game. I'm sure their Reaper's going to be starting up any second now. 3, 2, 1, go. There he is. Reaper expand for Heart Hero.
Seems to be a little laggy. I hope it doesn't, bother the players. But something that we haven't had throughout the entire series or throughout the entire day so far, but there were a few spikes here and there. Hopefully it's nothing major.
I am sure that it will subside, at least I hope so.
Yeah, it seems to be getting smoother. Is this a double Reaper opening?
It is. So
no.
Heart is mixing it up a little bit. Command Center not immediate, but yeah, it is. No, it's not. You're right, I'm wrong. We're lying to ourselves. Reapers just take a really long time to build.
Kind of missed the opening right now because I was a little bit confused and worried about potential technical difficulties. But it seems to be everything is fine. The players are not complaining, so I think we can jump right into the action. Of course, a very important game. The winner of this series will go on to face Jim. The winner of that series will qualify for WCS America round of 16, which is of course played offline. Last season we had a lot of fun, and then we do see that Hero is pointing out as well that he feels so laggy. I think it's just a connection issue from either of these players. Because, we've been fun throughout the entire day.
Yeah. Hero's Probe Scout's going to get spotted by this Reaper and will be killed. Did he see the command center? No, he didn't.
He did see the Reaper, which often, Reaper expand, it's not a surprising build. Double Rex follow-up, by the way, for Heart. That's what he did on Whirlwind, but I don't think that's what he did on Excellent Waste, but you can correct me if I'm wrong, Ben. Because double Rex and a Reactor, gives him the ability to pump out a lot of bio units early on.
On Eklon, I believe it was a Reactor, a Tech Lab, and then just going on up to Factory, but I might be wrong. Robotics Facility is down for Hero. So,
this is a very safe opening by Heart. So if Hero once more decides to open up with some pressure, he's going to have more than enough units to deal with this, unless, he doesn't have a bunker like he had on Whirlwind. Because that crazy opening, he's doing this pretty smart. I think he was avoiding this Mothership Core. Might be able to get a few shots off, but that's it. No, not even that. But at least he ushers it out. Hero doesn't really get the scout off that he was looking for. He knows about this one Rex with the Reactor. He doesn't know about the two additional Rexes.
He's totally in the dark, man. His vision has been extremely well denied by Heart. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, that Reaper is continuing to keep tabs on what's going on or outside of Hero's base.
You don't want to fight that Stalker for too long, Reaper man.
Stalker says, hey, get out of here. Shoot.
Why are you shooting at me with that little pistol? I got lasers, son. Lasers for days.
I think the Carbot Reaper is one of my favorites. He looks really mad all the time.
Yeah, he's really cool. The way that he frowns upon things is so funny. There was one Carbot animation video where, with the Changeling, the Reaper was like so cute in that video. Also a little violent. Reaper once more going to sneak into the back of the natural. It's going to get a reasonable scout off, but he will be high five by these two stalkers in the high ground. He doesn't know about the quick forge. He doesn't know about the robo either. And you know, that's something that, you know, if you're looking at this game, you might be like, ah, well, nothing to worry about. If you're hard right now, there's plenty to worry about. If he decides to move out suddenly and an Oracle flies into his main base, you know, we can be seeing here, oh, he wasn't prepared for that at all. So right now, as Terran play, you still have to worry about all these things. Not anymore though, as he did just see that observer, threw down a scan. And actually, this is a lot of units right now for Hard.
And the robotics bay is a little late from Hero.
This is a lot of bio
starting,
units.
and this is...
And he has plenty of Marauders as well. Oh my god. The force fields for Hero are going to have to be excellent. Will his observer see this army in the middle of the map? He doesn't. He's actually moving out right now, Ben, to the...
4 units crossing, and with Stalker... Oh no, man.
Oh my god, he's in so much trouble.
He is way out of position, and he's going to have to hurry up to get back home.
What is he going to wipe in? Zealots. Stim is ready, Combat Shield is ready, 42 army supply against 16. I don't see a way that
Hero goes right now. Hero might be dead. Observer's going to come out and see.
This is the third observer, by the way, as well. So that's a triple observer before Immortal or Colossus. He's just going to focus the Nexus, and I don't think that's a bad decision. Well,
unless he changes his mind halfway through.
Will go down.
Here come the probes off the line. Hero is doing an okay job of buying himself time. That Nexus is at about half health.
But these Stim units have so much DPS, a lot of probes will fall. The Nexus will probably fall eventually, not before losing a lot of bio units, but this was totally worth it for Hard. He's still kiting, killing more and more and more probes.
There is a Colossus about to spawn, Kev, so once now that he's out, I think Hero no longer has to worry, but the damage has really been dealt. 47 supply remains for Hero against the 60 or so of Hard.
Ooh, I was about to say, actually these two Marauders are going to cut off these Stalkers. That's very well done. These 2 Marines, 2 Marauders will be able to pick up these 3 Stalkers. Not before the Marines die, but still, good pickup. Really good pickup. And now he spots the Colossus as well, which is so important. So at the end of the day, we can see right now Hard is up 5 workers, but above all, Hard is up a mining base. Yes, his stack was a little bit delayed. It doesn't really matter. He is severely outmining Hero right now, and he also knows that he's playing against Colossus. Man, Hard is giving us a show.
That was a great build, Kev, and I think you pointed it out really nicely when you mentioned the triple racks follow-up from the Reaper expand. Just allowed him to produce so many more units. And he basically cut the factory, he cut the starport, and that allowed him to hit this timing. And
this is really old school. I remember a few times in GSL, I mean, like 3 racks is like very old school when we all used to stay in one base. But then there was a build for a while with an expand where Nada used to do this a long time. It was of course a little different as it was Wings of Liberty times. But I remember that Dicestar did it against me once on this weird lava map. And he's like, yo, good build, saw Nada do it. I was like, what the hell, I have like 14 army supply and I'm fighting 40 plus bio. And back then we didn't have photon overcharge, you know. Hard's getting a little reckless over here with a couple of units.
Makes a donation, feels bad for Hero.
Yeah, he's like, yo bro, I heard you're not mining too much. Let me give you a couple of units to even things up. Dark Shrine ban, I selected it a couple of times, we didn't really talk about it yet.
Yeah, win behind, go Dark Shrine. Hero is going to try to bounce back with some good DT play. He does have pylons in position. Hart has no idea. He didn't see the probe crossing.
And as crazy as it sounds, it could be, oh, actually I just see that he's just producing the Money Core right now. That makes things a little more dicey, because there's always this scenario where a turn player is like, alright, I'm going to win the game right now. And then that doesn't really go that well, and then suddenly there are 2 DTs on the other side of the map when you have no units at all. Here comes that attack, so those timings do kind of line up. This Dark Templar is going to sneak in on the moment he starts attacking, and that's always frustrating.
Yep, Pylon's going to get picked off immediately. Hero is doing some damage with that DT in the main base of Hart, and Hart does not look like he knows how he wants to respond to it. Looks like reinforcing bio units will be used to shut down the DT. More Dark Templar are being warped in to continue to harass. The drop in the main base has been dealt with. That DT does not make it out of range of that scan.
The Hero's doing this really well. These DTs did so much for him. He will be able to clean this up now as well. He still has Colossus. He still has DTs being annoying everywhere as well. This missile turret is still not up. It's also right outside of range of this scan. So this missile turret should fall. Is there enough energy for an additional scan? Yeah, there is one.
Soon. There it is. Scan's going to go down, but is there enough to kill it? The Dark Temple. You know what? In a couple of weeks, that DT gets out of there.
Yes. couple of... Well, that's not sure yet, but it's a very risky shot. And you know what's really funny as well? Hart was focusing down this Robo-Bay for quite a while, but he didn't get it. And now that leads him to question, like, is there going to be more Colossus, or is just that single one? You know?
For now, it's just that single one. It looks like Hart might be thinking of or Hero might be thinking of a
Oh my god, these
transition.
DTs are really turning this game around. Apparently another DT sneaked into the main base, killed this missile turret as well. Hart losing so many SCVs. Hart is just like, you know what, I'm going to try to win this game right here and right now. Enough sentries and a photon overcharge might actually be able to keep Hero alive.
It's going to be very close, Kev, but Hart's got to make a decision. He's being a bit indecisive. He's still got a lot of units parked in the middle of the map here.
But it's hard, man, because every time he leaves his base, he has DTs
here come the SCVs.
away.
He is going to go for it. So it is going to be all or nothing for Hart. He's putting his tournament life perhaps on the line. He's not out of this thing yet, but if this attack does not work,
it's 90 against 55 army supplies, so definitely an advantage here for Hart. But there is the Colossus is going to fall really quickly. It's actually going to be really hard. He needs really good force fields, but he doesn't have too many sentries.
Photon overcharge immediately being cast. The Colossus does 0 in the fight. DT warp in are going to be so incredibly important. One Dark Templar already hacking away at this bio army. No scans down yet. There's the scan. That Dark Templar will die. The SCVs soak up so much damage. Nexus is going to go down. Hero is going to lose a lot of workers. Maybe even this entire game, as it looks like this attack is going very well for Hart.
Well, actually, all these Immortals are still full HP. There are not too many Marines left. Marauder's going to have a really hard time killing these Immortals, so I think Hero might be able to push this back. And what is happening now, Ben? Hart with 22 SCVs remaining against a one-base Hero who has 47 probes. Hart is still...
I'm a little surprised
and
to see
DTs are super scary right now, Ben. I think that Hero has still...
another Dark Templar is making his way into the mineral line there up in the natural. Hart will immediately micro against it.
You know, now Hero wiped in 3 additional sentries. With 4 sentries, I think he's going to have a very realistic shot at holding the next push without too many issues. And with the long distance mining, you know, he's kind of even. Mules don't really play a role right now because Hart knows that he needs to keep a couple of scans available if he wants to attack. As crazy it is, I think Hero's stabilized. I think Hero's in a good position even. I mean, this drop is going to be very scary. It's going to be hard to deal with. But above all, he has DTs, which is so useful right now because Hart can really not afford it to just throw scans everywhere.
Well, here comes the drop. It's unloading in the back. He's going to focus down the robotics bay, so no more Colossi. But Hero's sort of stopped producing Colossi anyway. He's going to want to lift up and get out of there, and Hart will manage to keep all these units alive.
You know, right now it's safe to say that like if the armies are small, those Immortals are going to be fantastic. But if the army supplies go up, like if this bio army would be twice the size, and even if Hero's army, which could be of the same composition, is going to be twice the size, it's going to be a lot better for the Terran. So, you know, as much as I think that Hart would like to deal some crippling damage real soon, I think it would be good for him if he waits a little longer. If he lets his bio ball grow, that, you know, at a certain point the DPS gets so big that you normally really need Storm or Colossus or like very well upgraded charge slots from all directions to deal with it. But if the army is small, those Immortals are going to be worth their weight in gold.
Hart still dropping in the back of Hero's main base while trying to push at the front. Good job from Hero. I love it when he uses DTs to defend, and the Immortals just hammer away at this bio army, and Hero will once again push this back.
Because the bio army is so small. Does he have any upgrades, by the way? Does Hart have? Hart has 1-0. He's facing 1-2 right now. Templar Archives is going down as well. Well, it's definitely safe to say as soon as there are 2 Archons in the mix or just a couple of High Templars, even if it's just for feedback, then Hero is really going to be in a fantastic position. But
man, it's almost hard to believe that Hero has gotten himself back into this game.
This is
He's
getting
be
a
very
little risky
careful.
though. He might actually get sandwiched from 2 sides. Then it's going to be really hard to land good force fields.
Only 3 sentries, one of them with full
he's going to run
energy.
into the natural. This is also what is happening right now, Ben.
Hero feels like he can make something happen, but he's going to be at the cost of his natural once more. Here's a warp in. The pylon is going to get killed, but not before those Zealots finish warping in.
This is bad for Hero, man. Hero's going to lose his Zealots, going to lose his Immortal. Okay, he might be able to keep this Nexus alive. Okay, this is he sort of does this, but now this army is alienated over here in the middle of the map. And I think Hart can, you know, eventually chase his army down. How's Hero gonna get these units to safety?
Yep, still dropping in the main base is Hart. Picks off a Warping In Zealot and might start chipping away at the infrastructure of Hero. This is very difficult for Hero to deal with. He's got one mining base, really, and...
Kind of cute.
Oh, man.
Picking up units left and right. Well, the good news for Hero is that these Immortals are able to make their way to the other side of the map. Look at this army. I really think this army could have chased down this army. I must say, Hart is doing a fantastic job working with a very few units, but being as annoying as possible. And still DT here. The DT had enough. Army supply shows us right now 65 against 57, but man, these bad boys are going to have Storm for the next fight. And how is Hart gonna get a good fight without Ghost or anything to deal with these High Templars?
That's such a crazy game. It's still pretty close, Kev. I think it's impossible to say which way it's going to go. 68 army supply to 61.
You know what's very important as well, Ben, is that Hart is pretty much mined out his main and his natural, while Hero lost his natural so many times that there are plenty of minerals left over here. I think it's safe to say that Hart really has to win with this push, but against 2 Storms? 3, maybe even 4? Is that possible?
We're going to see. There's 1 Storm, and a lot of damage will be dealt to Hart's army. Second Storm. Hart is just dancing for his life right now. Second Storm's pretty good, but the Concave and the split here from Hart is fantastic. This is great control here from the Terran. There's a huge Storm from Hero, though, and Force Field's going down right behind it. Hero is doing everything in his power to defend this. One more Force Field will section off a couple more Marines. Hart down to 51 supply against 93. It looks like Hero's done it.
I think so, Ben. Hart only with 7 SCVs. The first few Storms, you know, they bought time for Hero, but they were not really what he needed. But that final Storm weakened up so many of those gateway units that it made it impossible
Hero is
for Hart.
ballsy enough to take a 3rd base right now.
Well, I mean, look at these Immortals. They're all full on HP. All these Marauders are so weak. There are Archons here as well. Archons can chase this down. GG. Hero wins a ridiculous game on Belshire Vestige and will move